We didn't have when the grid came along, but that's the way they should be lined up. We'll see. We'll try and pick them out for you as they make their way by here. We will remain under yellow here. A little bit of moisture still out on the speedway surface. As we said, 10 laps in this pure stock feature event. The Team Goey Ford Thunderbird pace car out in front of this pack on the backstretch as it paces each and every event here at the Superfast Speedway. The red lights have been turned off around the speedway, so that means next time around we're going to get our first green flag of the evening. You'll notice your starter, Matt Farm's way. We're going racing out of turn 4 this time as they come down the front chute. Green flag flies, and Stephen Hatch going to lead them down here into turn 1. Hatch going to find the way a little bit slippery up in turn 1. Heavy contact by Tuffalo. Tuffalo hits the wall here in turn 1. We got one turned around as well. That's the 9 of Kirk Stanaway. He's going to drift down the banking. And we remain under green right now. Looks like everybody's going to be away okay. So the track's still a little bit slick here as your leader taking a high road out. And we've got cars together down off of turn 4. Early leader Steve Hatch is turned around down on the inside. Looks like he's going to be away okay. We'll remain under green. One lap in the books. And we've got them all over the speedway here as a little bit slick out there, and the pure stock's going to work. And they'll entertain you as these pure stocks running on narrow rubber out here. Take a look at the racing tires on these. They're nothing more than a street tire on these cars. The rules, pure stock, you've got it just the way you'd come off the street with these cars. These guys have got their hands full. Down across the stripe, your leader now will be Steve Huff with a 34. Huff going to bring him up here into turn 1. He's going to ride the outside up through turn 1 and 2. Tom Delaney with the 22 rides back there in second. Third spot will be the 43 of Jim D'Elia. That's your top 3 as they run down the backstretch. Gil Twing will ride in 4th position. And a 27 of Tony Marino rounds out your top 5. Car to move now, the 10 of Lauren Bro. They'll go 3 wide up here in turn 3. Bro right down on the bottom side. And he's wheeling a heavy iron down off of turn 4. Down the front chute they come. Good race back through the pack. Now R.J. Yetman going to pull up into it. The 32 of Art Lafferty as well. Great race back there in the pack is now Yetman, Bro, and Lafferty. All the way up to the wall in turn 1. Lafferty makes contact. And you can see the steam fly. That means this one isn't going much further than that. As we've got 3 laps complete here. Keep an eye on your leader down out of turn 4. As the yellow lights will come on around the speedway as the leader comes down the front chute here. Last stop up here on the outside of the banking. Art out of Kinderhook makes contact with the wall after a heated exchange, we'll call it, down in turn 1 between R.J. Yetman and Lauren Bro as well. 3 of the real strong runners here, the 7, the 10, and the 32 going into turn 1, and quite frankly running out of racing real estate there, and Lafferty catching a boilerplate on the outside. So you can see the coolant running down across the speed of the top side of the flag tower. Out of turn 4 they come. Green flag flies, and we're back to racing here with the pure stock feature. Stephen Huff down into turn 1. He'll be shown as your leader now. Here comes Yetman on the charge. He's up to 3rd. The 22 of Delaney coming down to the inside. Around goes, I believe that's we got a couple cars going around as one car up on the outside, the 27 of Tony Marino. Also got the 26 of Matt Tizera. And the 43 of Jim D'Elia. So they all turn the cars back around. We're going to remain under green as they get the halfway point. It's halfway home here in this pure stock feature event for Stephen Huff out in front. He's going to wheel it down the back chute, and he's got some fast company starting to run him down. We got one out of shape back here in turn 2. He'll gather it up and remain under control down the backstretch. Into turn 3. Huff going to lead him up through the west end banking. Off of turn 4, a couple of fast runners making their way towards the front. The 22 of Tom Delaney to 3rd, and the 7 of R.J. Yetman. Now we'll race side by side for the runner-up spot. These 2 cars go side by side in turn 2. Huff going to try and pull away down the back to 3rd. The number 2 of Gil Twing rides back in 4th spot. And the 36 of George Miles rounds out your top 5. Yetman way up on the high side through turn 3 and 4. They'll come down out of turn 4 this time. Single file, smoke showing from your leader now, the 34 car of Stephen Huff. As we'll keep an eye on that one as he comes out of turn 2. His lead starting to diminish down the backstretch now as Yetman picking up the pace. He'll turn up the wick down the back chute into turn 3. Yetman going to try and pull up in the back deck of Steve Huff now in turn 3. About 2 car lengths separate them now. Yetman going to dive down to the inside as this time by it'll be 2 laps to go. 2 laps remain for your leader, Steve Huff. But Rob Yetman reeling him in here and just waiting for that smoke to come to results up here as they come out of turn 2. Your third place car, the 22 of Tom Delaney, now dragging a bumper down the back chute. Smoke still showing on Huff's car. Now Yetman goes to work side by side into turn 3. We got one turned over down here in turn 1. And we're going to go to yellow here as the 140 of Lloyd Fosby gets turned upside down here in turn 1. So we go to yellow for a car turned upside down in turn 1. Lloyd Fosby's car sits up here. Also, car pulling away, the 52 coming down. And Lloyd Fosby is out of the car. That's good news down here in turn 1. Fosby walking away on his ready to pull in. So the red lights have been turned off, and we're ready to go back to green. The green flag flies. And we've got 2 laps remaining here in this Pure Stock feature event. Steve Huff going to bring him down into turn 1. Rob Yetman running out of time as he'll try and pick up another win here. But Huff going to wheel it off at turn 2 down the back chute. He's got about a 5-car length lead on Yetman, who's got about another 5 cars on the 10 of Lauren Bro. Bro rides back there in the 3rd spot. Your 4th position is currently held by the 36 of George Miles. As this time by, they'll receive the white flag. 1 lap to go here in this Pure Stock feature. Race right now is back for 5th spot as we got 4 cars going to go at it. Now a bit for the lead by Yetman. Yetman drops down to the inside of Huff. He'll go to work side by side down the back chute. Midway, he's got the lead. They'll take it into turn 3. Yetman, your leader, and now Huff coming back at him on the inside. Steve Huff going to work the inside of turn 4. It'll be a race down to the checkers. All the way up to the wall goes Yetman, and Huff is going to take the checkers. Yetman comes home 2nd. Bro finishes 3rd. Miles across the line 4th. And your 5th place car will be the 22 of Tom Delaney, the 3rd. So Yetman and Huff playing hardball in turn 4 as Yetman makes the move going into turn 3. And the 34, Steve Huff, making the move. So there he is, making his way out of the car. Rob Yetman scoring another win on a decision made down here in the West End banking as Yetman made the pass clean in turn 3. And the pass was not clean enough for official decision down here in turn 4 by Steve Huff. And that's going to give the victory to Yetman. So Rob Yetman going to score another win here in 1995, the dominant driver in this division. Yetman out of Castleton with the Quality Lawn Care sponsored number 7. Auto Palace and Grant's Premier Tire and Battery also sponsors on the number 7 of Rob Yetman. Ryan Perlowski up there in the 6th starting spot. 624 of John Moskalak will start 7th. 69 of Rich Crane back there in 8th position. And we find a 22 of Ricky Duzlak, the 14 of Aaron Booth, the 3 of Dave Piccini, 137 of E.J. Leggett, the 26 of Mark Lathrop. And I believe that is your complete grid as they make their way down the chute here for the first time. Paul Rogers going to step it down on the back chute. He's going to try and pull out a little bit of smoke showing from the backside of Rogers' car. Car on the move is Ryan Perlowski's number 64. Keep an eye on him down on the inside of turn 3. He'll try and make this move for 2nd spot as Perlowski on the gas off of turn 4 takes spot number 2 and coming after your leader. Rogers smoking up from the backside. That's going to allow Perlowski to make the pass. He's your leader up here into turn 1. Ryan Perlowski leads him off at turn 2. Paul Rogers rides 2nd. The 89 of Glenn Mazelski runs back there in 3rd spot. 4th is Rich Crane, and now Chris Cruz rides back there in 5th. Cruz on the outside. He'll run all the way up to the wall here. As now the 89 goes up to the wall. That's going to force Cruz to take his foot out of it for a moment. But up front, Ryan Perlowski is hard on the gas, trying to run away with this one. Another car in the top 5 for the first time now as Cruz drops down to the inside. T.R. Bordeaux with the 619. He was running 5th, but now Ficini makes his way by. The number 3 at Dave Ficini works down to the inside, and he's going to take 4th spot away up here in turn 4. Down the front chute they come. Battle back there for 2nd spot as now Rich Crane has made his way by. Crane, your 2nd place car. Rogers back to 3rd. Ficini runs 4th. Mazelewski runs 5th. Black flag coming out on the 146 of Charlie Raffiani. Raffiani will drop it down into the pit area here with the 146 as the consultation flag coming out for him. Off of turn 4, your leader stepping it down once again. Ryan Perlowski trying to run away from the rest of this field. Rich Crane rides back there in 2nd. Paul Rogers continues to be 3rd. Now Mark Lathrop moves into 4th spot. Dave Ficini going to get dropped back to 5th. Lots of smoke down here in front. I believe that car was Ricky Duzlak's 22. And he puts up a smoke screen down to the inside here. Duzlak drops down into the pit area. Cross flags, going to be halfway home. 5 laps down, 5 laps remain here in this Rookie A feature event. Ryan Perlowski wheeling it off at turn 2. Just about a quarter straightaway lead now on your 2nd place car of Rich Crane. Crane riding back there all by his lonesome. Now Mark Lathrop all alone back there in 3rd spot. Dave Ficini, a lot of breathing room over T.R. Bordeaux, who runs back in 5th. Glenn Mazelewski runs back in 6th spot, and the 624 of John Moskalak now going to work on Glenn as they go down off the turn 4 banking. Moskalak down on the inside. He will make the pass. John Moskalak, your new 6th place runner, as they are currently in lap number 6 of this 10-lap feature event. All alone up on the point here, Ryan Perlowski leading this Rookie A feature as he brings them up through turn 1 and 2. Perlowski on the outside groove. One of the hot runners here in the rookie division, Rich Crane. He's got a couple wins to his credit here in 1995. He rides back there in 2nd spot, but he's going to have to hope for a caution because he certainly is not going to be able to run down the high-flying Perlowski under green flag conditions. Perlowski really running to perfection out on the point. As Rich Crane, now you can hear he's kind of taking his foot right out of it, and he's not going to waste the car trying to run him down because he's in the late stages of this event. The 2-lap to go sign has been displayed to the field. Your leader making his way up into turn 3. Going to bring it up through the west end banking this time. Next time by, he will receive the white flag. There's the white flag. White flag displayed for your leader. 1 lap remaining here in this Rookie A feature event as he'll bring it down off of turn 2. And a car slowing up between turn 3 and 4. Liquids down on the speedway. Your leader's through it as the yellow lights come on around the speedway. Pick up the win as the checkers did fall. That was the 10th lap. So Perlowski picks up the victory. Rich Crane finishes 2nd. 3rd place will be credited to the 26 of Herb Hall, the 4 of Gary Swart, the 777 of Ed Bishop, John Bachman in the 96, Bob Chrisman in the 123, and Steve Kastner in the 226. Round out your field, and we are going racing here in the Rookie B feature. One turned around on the back chute. Robbie Speed in trouble midway down the backstretch. He gets turned around, keeping the car under power, and they will pull away. Everybody away and okay under green. We remain. Your leader, lap number 1, is the 117 of Butchie Irwin. Butch Irwin up here off of turn 2 is your leader, the 125. Now going to try and run him down. That's Rich Johnston. Johnston, good run off of turn 2. Got some speed built up. Keep an eye down in turn 3. Is Irwin going to take it into turn 3? Johnston right up to the back bumper. Johnston now going to drop down to the inside. They'll come off of turn 4 side by side. Down the front chute they run. Irwin up in the fast lane. He will keep the lead. Johnston back to 2nd. as Shepard rides third. Tom Law is your fourth place car. And the 37 of Bill Hamill rounds out your top 5. Next car back in line, the 213 of Jim Schmidt-Heine, then the 216 of Tim Kramer. Gary Swart next in line, the 79 of Nick DeFlorio. And the 777 of Ed Bishop next car. As they wheel it down into turn 4, your leader up on the outside once again as Johnston a little out of shape down on the inside. That's going to allow the 520 of Don Shepard to take over the runner-up spot. Johnston has got a problem on the 125. He drops down to the inside. He will be done in this one. Johnston drops to the inside. Now your new third-place car is the 21 of Tom Law. Fourth place for the 37 of Bill Hamill. And your new fifth-place runner is 213 of Jim Schmidt-Heine. Butchie Irwin leads him up into turn 1. The 520 of Don Shepard right there to the inside of him now. Shepard takes a look on the bottom, but Irwin strong on the top side of the speedway. Yellow lights out on the speedway for the two.
Your cooperation here in getting everybody a seat tonight. We must ask, however, that you do keep the aisleways.
Pick up the pace right there in turn 3. The rest of the field not keeping up. Irwin going to bring him down off of turn 4. And the green flag flies. And Butch Irwin pulling the trigger a little bit early over there in turn 3, but he's going to leave the rest of the pack behind here. Irwin going to lead him down the back chute. Tom Law is your second place runner. Don Shepard rides back in third spot, the 37 of Bill Hamill down on the inside. He's going to go side by side with Shepard now up here in turn 4. They'll go off at turn 4, going to race for it down the front chute. This time by it'll be the halfway sign. Halfway home, 5 down, 5 to go as they go single file into turn 1. Single file racing, they go down into turn 1 now. Shepard going to step out of line down to the bottom side. Shepard will race side by side with the 21 of Tom Law as they make their way down, take him into turn 3. Down they go, Shepard on the inside, Law on the outside, off of turn 4. They'll race side by side once again as Shepard has to drop back in line as Tom Law holds on to that runner-up position. Now it's Hamill out of line down to the inside. He'll go to work on Shepard. Hamill down to the bottom side. Here comes Kastner. One car out of shape on the bottom side. That's the 21 of Tom Law. Law drops down to the inside. Hamill will now go to the outside. These two cars going at it back there for second and third spot. Hamill going to drop, change lanes on the inside. Off of turn 4, your leader continues to be Butchie Irwin, but the race is right behind him as now Tom Law comes down to the inside of him. Keep an eye on Tom Law, the 21. He's changed lanes right here on the inside 2 or 3 times. We got one turned around down here off of turn 4, and around goes Don Shepard over in turn 2. So Jim Schmidt-Heine is down here off of turn 4. We got another one that's went over. Right here off of turn 4 is got another car down here, the rookie B Beecher. Up between turn 3 and 4, Tom Law ready to step on the gas as they come down off of turn 4. Your starter, Matt Higgins, looks him over once again. Green flag flies and down across the line. Tom Law going to bring Butchie Irwin right along with him down into turn 1. Irwin looks down to the inside as Tom Law makes contact with the wall up here in turn 2. And all the way up to the wall goes Law, and off the turn 2 down the back chute holds on to second spot. Tom Law with a handling problem on the 21, all the way up to the wall once again, and he's going to drop 4 spots this time, and now 5 down the front chute. So problems on the 21. Now contact with the wall goes to Florio. Up into turn 1 wall goes the number 79 of Nick DeFlorio. These cars getting loose up here in the corners, and everybody away okay as we remain under green. Your leader stepping down off of turn 4 is Butchie Irwin. He'll work it down turn 4. The white flag will fly. This time by Irwin across the stripe. One more lap around the high banks for Irwin. Side-by-side battle back there for second. Now going to turn into a 3-car battle back there second through 4th. Off of turn 2, down the back chute they go. They'll try and run Irwin down on this last lap. Don Shepard Bill Hamill and Steve Kastner run second, third, and fourth. DeFlorio rounds out your top 5. Top 4 cars all bunched right together off of turn 4. Down off of turn 4 they come. We got him out of shape on the front chute. Across the stripe, Hamill's going to win it. Nick Rogers comes across the line second. Butchie Irwin gets sideways and going to gather it back up for third. And then contact here on the front chute between the 777 of Ed Bishop. And what a wild one here on the front chute.
Oh, what an eye it is. We've got fireworks on the Speedway Gunley pits from the infield area. We invite you to do that right now. We'll free up some seats over the grandstand side for the rest of the folks here. We're going to only allow about 100 or so folks in. Again, no chairs. If you rented a chair from out front by the front gate, please no chairs. Leave that in the grandstand area. This will free up some extra seating over in the grandstand side for you folks who just came in, have yet to get a seat. Grab one now in the grandstand area here.